Star Trucker was released over a week ago, but what's next for the game? The devs have given us a bit of an insight of what they're working on next, so let's go through exactly that. And just bear in mind that this game is actually made by 2 to 3 people. That's the dev team size. So with that in mind, they've sort of said that they're going to be splitting the development into different phases, 3 phases. And nothing in this video that I mentioned is actually set in stone and could move around at any point. And a single phase doesn't necessarily mean one update. It could mean multiple, or it actually could mean one. But at this moment in time, it's a bit of an unknown. So phase 1, critical fixes, which is basically bug fixes, and they've outlined some of these, and I'll get to them in a minute. Difficulty tweaks, so focusing on the essential items like power cells, air filters, and revisiting finds, and custom key bindings. Then in phase 2, we've got extended control support, so that's HOTAS support, etc. And then balance refinements, so focusing on economy, sector hazards and upgrades, and sector optimizations and updates. And then we've got phase 3, the final phase, which is online radio support, corporation and cargo updates, and extended CB system. So as an example, they've said to send out a recovery SOS or ask for gossip. And I just want to go on a slight tangent here because that's interesting. Somebody commented on one of my recent Star Trucker videos saying, how do we do an SOS? Because it was something I mentioned in some of my videos that you could do, because I think it is actually mentioned on the Steam page. But this sort of indicates it's not possible yet. It's sort of a future update, so that sort of clears a little bit of that up, because I hadn't come across it yet. I know that I think the phrasing was you could send out a SOS and request docking. I maybe thought maybe it's in a sector that's very specific that you need docking for, or you could send out an SOS, or it's not unlocked yet, but it appears it will be a feature coming soon. Now, post those 3 phases, they'll be working towards a longer sort of roadmap with some more substantial feature into content. But currently, those 3 phases are the plan, and they've also got a couple of cosmetic packs already in the pipeline. But these won't delay new features or balancing that they're doing at the moment. Talking of what they're doing at the moment, I want to talk about the bugs. They've outlined what they've worked on and what they've actually are to do. So what they completed. Now, bear in mind, some of these fixes will either be in the next patch or it might be in another one. So what they finished is fix an issue preventing saving after dying during warp, an issue preventing warp gates working after a recovery, an issue preventing access to ×2 drop zones in Darkside, an issue preventing access to a way station in Enigma Belt, an issue where under some circumstances items vanish from containers on reload, an issue with way stations ignoring your cargo capacity skill level, various string issues, an issue where some side jobs were not showing wait for CB call prompt on the convoy screen, and an issue with oversized panel trailers generating a multi-try job, resulting in some drop zone deliveries being impossible. Now that's what they've finished, but they've also outlined some of the things that they are either to do or are currently in progress, which is fix an issue where the job board is not showing the correct reward values, an issue where job rewards are not calculating correctly, an issue with some drop zones thinking you can deliver oversized trailers to them, an issue where under some circumstances the job board freezes, an issue where reloading a save sometimes unhitches your trailers, and an issue where under specific conditions the mileage counter shows an incorrect value. Now that's basically just bug fixes, but what about balancing? Well, they are working on some initial balance adjustments to help make the game a bit more fairer and a bit more consistent, and a future update will focus on a more robust balance pass once they've collated more data. But what they've actually completed so far is 2 things. They've increased the frequency of essential items in shops, so things like power cells and air filters, and they've adjusted the power cell cost and maximum charge levels, because I think that's probably the most common complaint at the moment, particularly that I've seen that's been commented on my videos, that people are a bit frustrated about the cost and how quickly some of these power cells actually run out as well. What they've got to do, and is in progress however, is to adjust the recovery penalties, adjust the abandoned job penalties, and adjust the repair costs. And finally, some miscellaneous stuff that they've been working on and have completed, which is electrical and atmospheric cloud optimizations, Spark City Station and Tommy T Diner optimizations, various platform and girder LOD optimizations, and updated the power cell labels to reflect their quality. So for example, Power Cell Plus Plus. And that's it. That's the sort of roundup of what's coming next in Star Trucker, and considering it's a team of 2 to 3 devs, I think that's a good job. I like their transparency, and I think it's a really good game. It just needs some tweaks, I think. What do you think of what's coming next to Star Trucker, and what would you like to see being added to Star Trucker? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful and informative, I'd like to see more content like this one, make sure you are subscribed. I'll be covering more Star Trucker updates as they come available, as well as my usual racing and simulation content on the channel. So if that interests you, you can stick around, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.